Hello Taurus, welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you're connecting with on a romantic level. What it is that they are feeling and thinking towards you currently. Okay. Grumpy we are. Okay. We've got some cards here that just pop right out. Okay. So, as I was saying, this reading is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you're connecting with on a romantic level. That is somebody who you have already had a relationship with in the past. It could be a situationship. It could also be someone that you've simply exchanged glances with, and you know there's something special there, but no one's really speaking up. Some of you may have been in a relationship. Oh wow. This could have been in the past. Could be current. Taurus, what's going on? Very, very dark cards. This is your person of interest. So who is the person of interest? Some people get a tiny bit confused, so let me just explain that. This is someone that comes to your mind. The first thought when I say who is your romantic interest, somebody that you think that thinks about you, or somebody that you have been thinking about, that is this person. Now, sometimes we're not really thinking because we're single, we haven't dealt with anybody in a long time, and you still get this reading. Many of you have said that this is your person from the past. So it is possible, because the people from the past, energetically, when they think of you, they're literally sending waves, okay? And for me, I am able to tune into those waves, just like many channelers do. So this is something either from your person of interest right now, or it literally could be from somebody from the past. Many of you don't want to hear that, because you want to hear something new, right? However, because the feelings are so intense of your person, they just come through. That's just the way it is. Here, you have so much going on right now, Taurus. This is a very interesting reading. It's very, I'm using the word impactful. There's so much going on here. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards that are very dark in nature. It's like really, really dark. They have, I mean, even the cards themselves, you could see they have darkness in the back, right? They're very gloomy. Now, this is, of course, your person of interest, but because you also have the mystery card, which is a past life card, for me, I interpret this as a past life card. It also talks about how both of your energies are mixing and mingling. So some of you might actually be feeling this as well. Not just your person of interest, but you might be feeling this, you might be going through this. Both of you might be, or just maybe one person maybe. Now, also, for those of you who are new, my method of reading is just slightly different. I do channel through my higher intuitive self to get the answers that I need. I don't channel through any spirit guides. I never have. There's particular reasons why I don't. And also at the end of this reading, I do channel Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, as well as Uriel, to provide you with some advice based on all of these that have come out today. First card's the strongest. We have here anger and rage, followed by awakening. Then we have abundance, mystery, fear, grief, wild woman, selfhood, and then we have love under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Taurus, I am angry about the situation. I'm not angry at you, but I'm angry at what I have done, the things that I have said, the way I have behaved, and what it has turned this relationship into. I've had this realization that in this connection, I want to see things through your perspective now. I want to be in your shoes. I want to see through your lens. Because before, I didn't. I completely ignored it. It wouldn't mean anything to me. I never took you that seriously. But things have changed now. There's a part of you that I've felt that was very potentially rich in a way. You have potential. I feel this. I sense this, and I know this. But even regarding this, sometimes I've taken advantage of you being in the position that you're in. Materialistically, I've taken advantage of you, not been that truthful. But I do want to be a power couple. I want to work with you and do something, be someone. I feel that in this connection, you and I, we have a lot to learn, and I want to learn from you. I don't know how much you want to learn from me, but I do want to learn from you, and I want to gain wisdom and clarity. I also feel that in this connection, I have felt this strange bond with you, a spiritual bond. This bond that I have, I question the universe. Why is it that my Taurus has come into my life? Why now? Why not before? Why not long, long ago? I question and I wonder. And sometimes I'm just simply confused. I don't know why you're in my life. Are we supposed to be together? Why is it that I feel so intense that when I am doing something else, when I'm with something else, I think about you? That I have this strange and familiar feeling when I think about you and when I see you. Like you are someone that I've known from before. When you're not there, I can smell your scent. When you're not there, sometimes I can feel your presence. Why is it and how is it that I feel like this? I question myself. I ask myself, why? Are we meant to be together? Is this the way things are supposed to be? I'm afraid of what I've done. I'm fearful. Now there's a sense of paranoia and anxiety that comes through, thinking about where this relationship is headed. I am angry at myself, and because of this anger, I'm also afraid that I'm going to lose you. I'm afraid that I do not have the courage to be with you the way that I once was courageous. I have a lack of self-esteem. I have lost my sense of security. I'm very insecure now. There's anxiety, and sometimes I even have panic attacks thinking about, how do I do this? How do I move forward? Because the connection is so intense with you. I grieve because of what I've said and done. And the things that I never said that I should have. The things that I never did that I should have done. I now wonder, why is it that I have behaved in this manner? Why am I like this? Now there's a feeling of regret, remorse, guilt, sadness and melancholy. And I hold you up high in the sky as you are my brightest, shining star in the darkest of skies. But I've lost you, I fear. And I don't know what to do to gain any of this back. I also feel that in this connection, There has been a sense of sneaky behavior. And I regret my sneaky behavior. I was discovered. Things were found out. Suspicions came to light. My guilt and my shame. I have to bear that now. Because it's the truth. I behaved in a way where I did not tell the full truth. There's paragraphs and words that were spoken, but certain pieces of information were taken out. What you don't know won't hurt you. But the truth is, I should have told you. I have been very compulsive in my actions. The deeds that I have done, I feel and I know that I shouldn't have. Even though I have so much love for you, I still did it. It was impulsive. It was very materialistic. It was all just physical. I also feel that in this connection, I see you have moved on. Now I see you as someone who is self-sufficient, self-reliant. You don't need anyone. You don't need anything. I feel and I fear that you are so guarded, you will never, ever let me in again. But despite all this, I still have a connection with you. And I feel that someday something might improve. Until then, my love for you stays constant. I do love you, even though I've behaved in such a terrible way. My love for you is pure, unconditional, true. It's a constant. This love that I have for you, I know so much has happened between us, and it's hard for you to trust me and believe me. But the truth is, I do love you. I just did what I did at the time when I did it, because I thought that was the right thing for me to do. It was what felt right. It was what felt nice. Was it right? No. Was it wrong? Yes, that's why I'm angry. And I'm afraid I'm losing you. Because I was so sneaky. And yet I still love you. All right, Taurus. My gosh. Wowee. So much is going on here. And there's a lot of heartache and pain, and there's a hell of a lot of confusion. So some of you are like, well, if this person loved me, they wouldn't have done this. There are a lot of people out there. I've done readings for so many now. People literally may be loving somebody, but that's the emotional side. There's some people out there in the world where the physical side has to be satisfied. They'll physically go to somebody else. They'll never be with them. They'll never marry them. They'll never live with them. They'll always run back to their partner who they actually do love. Yet physically they may be somewhere else, but their heart is somewhere else. That does happen. It's a strange phenomena. I don't know why it happens, but it is a part of some people's nature to be like that. What I see here is your person of interest definitely loves you. They're realizing that this is a spiritual connection. But all the things that they have done have been really bad. And yet they still love you. And this love doesn't right now indicate to me that they are in love with you. This is not the in love situation. This is just the fact that they love you. And it's difficult for them to be anybody else around you. They can't let you go either. It's like you can't live with them, you can't live without them. That type of a situation here. They're really intense cards. I hardly get that type of a combination. It's very, very intense. Very fiery. All right, so this is going to be interesting. Let's have a look at what may have happened in this connection in the first place that caused the problem. Why did things go downhill? Why did things go downhill? Things didn't work out for a particular reason, and here you have it, folks. This is why. Temptation. That's why. Here we'll get into the details of these cards. So for those of you who are new, I look at this particular deck to see what it is that may have occurred in the first place. Perhaps you didn't know. This person may have ghosted you. They may have stopped communication or at least decreased it. And you're wondering still what happened because they didn't open up to you. They didn't tell you. This is something that has happened in the past. The first set of cards that I just looked at is something that is very current. So this now is in the past. What happened in the first place where this connection just started to break down? Here we have the Six of Arrows. Here I read things in the reverse, and these cards I read in the reverse. It talks about the fact that more understanding was needed of a situation before it could have changed. So there was a lack of clarity, and there was a lack of understanding. There was difficulties, and they wanted the transition to go smoothly, but that didn't happen. There was a lack of movement. Even if somebody here wanted to travel somewhere, it was not happening. Not really wanting to budge from one's ideas the way that they should be moving on. Main problem here, I'm saying the word area. Sorry, I didn't mean to say area. What the issue here is that this individual wanted to move on from the situation, and the reason why they wanted to move on was because they didn't have much understanding and much clarity. So one day, if and when they ever had it, or when they will have it, all of that, like that gray cloud that's just kind of covering them up and keeping them all confused, it will lift and they will have that clarity. They will see everything for what it really is. But at the time, they were really confused. Now, this card will elaborate more, and I'll tell you why they were so confused. This is the Temptation card. It's a huge, huge card to have. I think it's the most intense card. It is the Devil card here, but their interpretation within this book is slightly different. So it does talk about how this person had, at that point in time, inner turmoil and obsession. Talks about tempted by forces that one cannot control. Obsession in the form of envy and having great sensual desires for the individual. Also the need to be controlling and dominating. Here, what ended up happening, Taurus, is that in the end, this person wanted freedom from this temptation. They wanted to experience the envy of others, but what they truly wanted was to transform this weakness into a strength. They felt that the sexual addiction and the feelings that they had towards you, the obsession that they had towards you, it started to compromise them. It started to become extremely toxic, and it was difficult for them to move on. They wanted to be with you every step of the way, even though it may have been toxic. So long time ago, things could have been very materialistic, things could have been very lustful. And that is a little bit of a problem because it became a weakness for this individual, and all they ever wanted you was for this reason. All they ever did was for this reason. And this is why they were very confused, and they didn't have this understanding. There was a lack of understanding because they only had the materialistic, the physical aspect. They didn't have anything beyond this. So ideally, when they're in this boat, they want to move on, but they couldn't move on because they were simply stuck in this type of a mindset, which was purely based on physical. Now, once that was changed, that is how now in this connection you actually have love. This person has done a lot, they've gone through a lot as well, and they've realized that, wow, I actually do love my Taurus. It's not just about the physical anymore. But in the past, some of you may have been literally emotionally, psychologically, sexually manipulated. This is talking about overindulgence, taken advantage of, abuse, sometimes misuse, hopefully not. This also talks about a lot of things that you may have had to do that made you uncomfortable to the point where you didn't even feel like you are yourself anymore. All right. This is something that happened and they wanted to move on from this. This is the reason why you had the guilt card. Grief, and they're feeling guilty because of the things that they did to you. The way that they treated you, the way that they behaved towards you. This could have lasted for months or even years, this behavior. But now things are starting to change. The problem is so much has happened. You know, they're angry at themselves, they're upset. They don't know why these things have happened. And they want to change. I do see that here. Here, this is the Beginner's Tarot, and I have a look at the reason why, or not the reason why, sorry. This is any particular plans, intentions, or actions the person of interest may have towards you. Wow, we have a Chariot. Very fast incoming. So, we have here the World card. Your person of interest is finally going to realize that you do mean the world to them. This is also because it's a spiritual connection. They're feeling that bond and it's so strong that they cannot let it go. Here we also have the feeling and understanding that the both of you are very far apart, emotionally as well as physically. So emotionally and physically put together here, this individual wants to close that gap. They want to be with you. What do they wish for? They're wishing for you, and that is why they're wanting to come back, because they're wishing for you. They desire you. You make them emotionally very, very happy and content. So they do feel and understand that there is such a thing as love, and there's something beyond the temptation, something beyond the lust. They realize that there is this emotion that has come about. Beautiful, beautiful, guys. That's really good, thank God. That's really good that they're starting to feel this. They're starting to realize that this is an emotional connection. So now you have the physical, you have the emotional, and you have the spiritual, all three, which is amazing. There is an issue here, though. For a tiny, tiny portion of you, you may be in a third-party situation where you feel restricted. For others of you, you may be in a situation where you just don't have the freedom to do what it is that you want within this connection, for whatever reasons. Here we have the Eight of Swords. This individual is blindfolded, they can't see, they can't hear. Arms, legs, feet are tied, their hands are tied. They are surrounded by swords, literally caged, and somebody in the distance is watching them like a hawk. So they're not able to move. They're not able to do anything. Why? Because there's some external forces that are holding them down, that are weighing them down, and not permitting them, not allowing them to be who they need to be, to have that freedom to do what they need to do, and to say what they need to say to you. They can't. They're not allowed to. However, eventually, in between these two cards, there would be the Strength card. There would be. Because then, this person's made a decision, and they are rushing back into your life. This is full speed ahead. This individual has made a decision. They don't want to lose any more time because they feel they have lost enough time. And they are rushing back into your life. Why? Because you are what they wish for. Oh, thank gosh. So eventually, these ropes, they're going to just break off. Everything's going to break off. And for some of you, this person's literally, this is strange, I'm seeing this, but I'm seeing these going like this, like the swords. And it's kind of like a He-Man, She-Ra type of, for people from my generation, you know what He-Man and She-Ra are. That type of a situation where it's just poof, everything just breaks apart, and now you have this big, strong individual who is getting those horses on that chariot and they're rushing back to you. It's gorgeous. Here we also have 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles here. This individual feels that they are going to reach out to you at some level. They're waiting for the right time, though. They have finally made their decision, the choice. They've made it. And they're deciding that, you know what, I do want to be with my Taurus, but I'm just going to take my time. This card here talks about waiting. They feel that they've invested some time, energy, and effort in the connection, in the situation, but they just want to see where it heads. How is it going to unfold? And here we have a situation where this person is literally waiting and they're thinking. But it's a really good card to have because it talks about them being able to think in between that time. They'll know it when they see it, and that's when they're going to reach out to you. All right. Do I see them taking any action here? Definitely. This is here, right here. The Chariot card. And this is going to be swift. This is going to be abrupt action. It's not going to be anything very small or wishy-washy type of a message. This person, for some of you, this person's not even going to message you. They're just going to show up at your door. For some of you. It's not going to be like, oh, hey, how's it going? And then like another few months goes by. It's not going to be like that. Whatever's going to happen, it's going to be quite abrupt. Hopefully that resonates for a lot of you, because I'd like that to happen. I just want things to move forward fast. But you take your time, see how it goes. It is a general love reading. It's not going to resonate for everybody, but I hope that this does work out for everybody. Just going to do a quick prayer. All right, I have here Archangel Answer cards, and I'm going to be looking into any messages that the angels have to send to you. These messages are brought to you by Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, as well as Uriel. Okay. Interesting. You have some pretty soft, gentle cards here. Reconsider and don't stop. Yeah, they're pretty nice, actually. Very nice. Very positive cards here at Taurus you have. All right. All right. First card is the strongest here. We have helpful people. Helpful people here talks about you connecting with those who maybe you thought weren't really helpful at all in the beginning, but turns out they're really good friends. So it is important for you to talk here. They're saying to an individual. It could be a family member. I'm actually getting the word family member, or rather the words, as well as a friend. Helpful people could also be people that have written books, people that are online, anybody that has anything to do with relationships and communication. So here you are going to gain some type of insight and information, get more information from helpful people, which is really good. You're going to get some great insight from some people. They do want you to remain positive, and remaining positive is very important in order to attract positive energy. You have to be in a very positive environment as well. They are saying here, ask your angels as well. Now, asking your angels, there is a method, my method. I'll tell you my method if you want. You can always follow that. I pray and meditate to the Christ consciousness. And once I get to the Christ consciousness, from there, in my mind's eye, I get to the holy light of who we call God. From there, these angels actually work for them. So you can ask who we call God, the source. This is what we call the source. You can ask the source, I need help in such and such. Can you kindly send down Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, as well as Uriel, to please help guide me and protect me throughout this situation, and let me know what it is that I need to know in terms of answers. within a split second, you're going to be in the energy of the angels. And you give them permission to help you. They help you, and you eventually will receive the information that you need only after you ask the angels. And sometimes, even after you ask the angels, the information will come to you through helpful people. It's a really funny triangle there. But this is how all this works. We also have here, be assertive. So you are going to get a chance to talk to this person. And so they are saying here, let this person know what you're comfortable with, what you're not comfortable with, certain things that you feel that need to have boundaries. So certain things may need boundaries, certain things may not need boundaries. It is important for you to understand that whatever has happened in your life throughout this situation, you may have bent over backwards to accommodate this person. Create some healthy boundaries, because that creates respect and value. And when they value you, then they keep you. Usually, that's the way it goes. But if you don't have healthy boundaries, people use each other to the point where they are no longer interested. That's human nature mostly. Let this individual know what you really want from this connection. And understand that they don't validate who you are, in the sense your self-esteem, your self-confidence, your self-worth shouldn't have to come from this person. Because with this card I've seen, people do feel very down and very low. If I don't have my person of interest, I don't feel like anything. I don't feel pretty. I don't feel handsome. I don't feel wanted or needed. I don't feel talented. So make sure that you know who you are, and that it's not because of this person that you feel this way. That's also what that means when they say here, be assertive. And we do have, yes, it's important for you to get more information. And when you get this information from the angels, from the helpful people, reconsider what it is that you are going to say and do in terms of your actions, your words regarding this person, regarding the situation. Don't stop giving and receiving love. Keep that positive energy flowing, because the more you do that, the more positive energy you're going to have. You're going to attract more positive energy towards yourself as well. And there you have it, folks. That is your reading. I hope I was able to provide you with some clarity and some guidance in your situation. Do let me know in the comments below if any of this has resonated. Also, for those of you who are new, I do have another channel called Asnointia Audio regarding the Remain Positive card. I do have the most recent video that I've uploaded. It's called Negative Energies, What and Who is a Negative Energy? And this is in relation to negative energies and how they affect our lives, what you can do in order to remove them. I have those pieces of information in there. And that is on my other channel on YouTube. It's called Asnointia Audio. In the description box below, you will also see the link. In addition to that, I have relationship-related videos there, as well as spiritual connections. As people, how are we connected to our person of interest on a spiritual level? Hopefully that'll provide you with some more guidance, some understanding. And that's all, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you guys again. Take care. Bye now.